The United Kingdom now, and ever since it voted in June to leave the European Union, many have feared that large companies would move their operations to the European mainland. But Google says it will expand hugely its London HQ. Now, the company and the government officials say it's a vote of confidence in the UK economy. Azhar Sukri has more.
They're quirky and designed to inspire workers. Google's offices in London are typically offbeat, as tech company premises often are. It already employs around 4,000 people in the UK, but it's now announced a massive $1.25 billion expansion plan. It involves hiring another 3,000 workers and building a new headquarters near its existing offices in the King's Cross area. Google's CEO says the plan shows its commitment to the UK, despite the country's vote to leave the EU.
In the UK, it's clear to me that computer science has a great future with the talent, educational institutions, and passion for innovation we see all around us. That's why we are investing in London in both engineering talent and infrastructure.
According to the Boston Consulting Group, the UK's tech sector is the world's largest as a proportion of national GDP. It employs more than 1.5 million people and is growing a third faster than the British economy as a whole. After the UK voted to leave the EU, Berlin launched a campaign to lure British startups. Many tech companies based in the UK have been concerned that they won't be able to attract young computer-literate people from Europe. But London's mayor says Google's decision proves those fears are unfounded.
Well, this is a sign of confidence in London. London really is open, and it's a tribute to Google invested in young Londoners, people who'll be working in the job market now and in the future.
And Google isn't alone. Facebook, Apple and Amazon have all recently announced plans to expand their UK operations in London, though Google's is by far the most ambitious. It's evidently been looking into its financial crystal ball for the UK and likes what it sees. Azhar Sukri, TRT World.
And Azhar joins us in the studio. Excellent music, sounded like Austin Powers. Let me ask you about what makes London attractive to these companies, because it's expensive, it's always raining. So why stay in London? Why not go to Poland or to India?
Lord knows we know it's expensive, right, Matt? It's, you're right, but it is the lingua franca. I mean, you know, it's the home of English. Britain still has some of the best education anywhere in the world. The universities are always in the top 10. But more than that, it has become a very business-friendly environment, especially for tech companies. Parts of the City of London, like Shoreditch, becoming a good cluster of tech companies. And in addition to that, low taxes. UK has about a 20% corporate tax rate. Compare that to about 35% federal taxes that you pay in the US, plus state taxes. Germany, France, all higher than the UK.
Right.
So, yeah, plenty of reasons for companies to want to invest and grow still in the UK.
And just switching to the broader UK economy, new data out on jobs looking good?
So far, so good, yes. 4.8% unemployment rate is the latest number we have for September, for the 3 months to September. That is an 11-year low. But when you go into the weeds, there are some worrying signs. Job growth in the UK is slowing down. 49,000 new jobs were added in that period. That is sharply lower from the previous month. So all those people who have been saying that post-Brexit everything's fine, a few warning signs coming up there. We're going to have to keep a very close eye on those job growth numbers going forwards.
OK, Azhar, thank you very much for that.